So we melted the butter down into the pan there, and what we're going to do, we're going to drop the shallots, the Brussels sprouts into the pan. We're just going to slowly toss them off in the butter. And if you can see that there. And what we're going to do, just to make sure that we get these thoroughly cooked through, is we're just going to add a little bit of water there. That will heat them through nicely, that will. So they're just coming back up to the boil there. So once these are done, we're going to put a lid on them and set them to one side, or if you want to serve them into your sort of serving dish to put onto your table, then directly put them to your serving dish and put them into your grill, or keep them somewhere warm. So they're coming up nicely there now, and we're just going to let them sort of boil that sort of liquid off. It'll probably take a couple of minutes to do that. Like I'm saying, in the meantime, we've obviously got the roast turkey gravy here and the red cabbage just sort of ticking over, just heating through. So that'll come up quite nicely. That'll be perfect timing, because obviously once we've done these Brussels sprouts, we're going to start with the carrots as well. And that's so they're coming through quite nicely now. The liquid's evaporating off and they'll be heating through. What I would recommend with these as well is, even though they've got bacon in, we've blanched the bacon to remove the salt. So I would recommend adding a little bit of sea salt to them, which we're just going to add here now, just to sort of bring the flavour out of the lemon. So that's evaporated off there fairly quickly actually. So the amount of water we had in, they'll be coming up quite nicely, they will now. So what I'm actually going to do with these as well is I'm actually not going to, the oven area is quite hot at the minute, I'm just going to put a lid on them and stick them at the back and just let them rest, and then we'll continue with the carrots. I've just checked the potatoes and the parsnips, they're doing really well as well, so they're not far off as well. So the meal is eventually all sort of come together. And I think one of the most important things is about when you do these meals is just about timing, understanding obviously the items that are going to take a lot longer to cook, say i.e. your meat dishes, but also giving them enough time for when they are cooked to let them rest afterwards, to make sure that they're the best state they can be. So currently I've got them resting in the grill at the minute, yeah. So the Brussels sprouts are nearly there, we'll give them just a little bit longer. So obviously we've got the red cabbage here at the back there just coming through. That's quite nice, that's a lovely temperature. We'll turn that down now, so that'll just tick over quite nicely at a low temperature there. And we've obviously got the roast and jus here again at the front. So we'll just get a lid to go on top of there. So they're quite nice. So what we're going to do now is just put them to one side at the back, leave the lid a little bit ajar so let some of that moisture escape, and then we're going to start with the carrots. So what we're going to do here is I've got a good knob of Hoeken Sun butter in the bottom again, just going to let that melt through. What you'll find with this butter as well, because it's unpasteurised, that they use unpasteurised milk for it. It's got a lovely colour to it. So even for the time of year, that's a really good sort of a yellow to that, which is excellent. That just proves sort of the feed that the animals have been given. We did go and visit the farm as well, and it was amazing how sort of content and happy the animals are as well, which I think contributes to the finished product that you get. It is a really good product. So there we are, that's just melted down there quite nicely now. So I'm going to add the carrots to that. We'll just toss them off in the butter there. and we're just going to add a little bit of sugar to them as well. A good sprinkling of sugar on them. There should be enough moisture in them to sort of just heat through. So we'll just get some nice colour on them. I'll just quickly have another quick look at the parsnips and the potatoes there. They're coming on really nice as well. So everything's sort of coming together now. So we've got all the items hot here. The bread sauce I've already heated up as well, which we'll add to the plate. And I'm also going to be heating, I'm not going to be heating the cranberries up. It's choice if you'd like to do it or not. Normally I would put it on as a condiment because it's more like a relish. It's quite a sort of bitter, sort of sweet taste with cranberries, which really cuts the richness of the sort of turkey, the chipolatas, and sort of the whole meal as a whole, really. So I'm putting that on cold, really. I mean, it's your choice if you wish to add it as a hot item. So we'll get these up nice and hot now. And just toss them off a little bit. We'll give them a couple of minutes just to heat up. Again as well, this is obviously unsalted butter, so I'd give it just a sprinkling of sea salt on the top of your carrots, just to bring the flavour out of the butter and the sort of carrots. We have the parsnips in the oven are nearly there, so what I'm going to be doing in 2 minutes is obviously adding the rosemary butter to it and the local honey to it, just to finish it off and glaze it. Rosemary really brings the flavour of the honey through, and the parsnips as well, the sort of earthy flavour from the parsnips. So the gravy's coming up to the boil there, so it's nice and hot there now. So we'll just drop that down. We've got the red cabbage heating through there quite nicely, and we've got the carrots coming up nicely as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop them carrots down, and I'm going to get the parsnips out and do the parsnips and show you the next stage with the parsnips.